It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from Charlotte as the Hornets go up against the Sacramento Kings. Well, for Sacramento, they're second to last in the West, and that's not what they had in mind at the beginning of the year. Instead of this being a turnaround season, it's become more of the same old story. And now around the halfway point, the novelty of the new season has died down, and we're still a long way from the playoffs. Shaq, how do the players maintain focus through this stretch? How do you maintain focus?
Well,
Have you maintained focus?
Easy. You're a pro, Ernie. Do your job. That's your job.
There you go.
You know, and not only that, you got to be a real competitor. You got to want to compete.
Yeah, good coaching, and the veterans can help you through this because the veterans have been here before. They can kind of lead you and guide you.
Do you feel focused right now?
Not at all.
No. Do you feel focused right now?
Never.
Well, that makes three of us. Here's Kevin Harlan. He's always focused.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
We are in Charlotte, North Carolina. 2K Sports proudly brings you NBA basketball from the home of the Hornets. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Looking at Sacramento, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Grizzlies in Memphis at the FedEx Forum. That one was real close, too. They lost by just 2 points.
And really, man, they played their hearts out. Missed a couple opportunities down the stretch, and that was the difference.
Absolutely right, Greg. That's all it takes. A play here, a play there, a detail that isn't accounted for. It stings.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, Sacramento Kings coach Dave Yeager started out coaching in the minor leagues. And every year he'd attend NBA training camps, but especially ones with teams that had big roster turnover. He said a coach who's had his team together calls out a drill and everybody does it. But to watch those guys teach and put it all together, that was where you really learned. Kevin?
Thanks, David, and it's clear that Coach Yeager is a details guy, an impressive young coach. And these are two of the slower teams, Chris, in the league by pace, more of a deliberate style of play.
Yeah, most teams have on their track shoes. These guys, I mean, they got on their boots. They're just walking, taking their time. But, hey, you got to have your own style of play. You know, the best thing to have in this league is an identity. So even if you play slow, play your way slow, impose your will, and then maybe you can have some success.
When you played both ways, didn't you? You played on teams that were slower and some teams that were in a track meet.
Yeah, I definitely did. You know, the East Coast, sometimes you assume that style. It was a little slower when I played, and the West Coast, you know, that style was a little more fun for me back then, playing the faster pace. I think most players would prefer to play in the free-flowing, fast-paced offense.
Now Sacramento starting 5. Labissiere and Cauley-Stein are the bigs. Buddy Hield is out there with Fox, and it's Bogdanovich in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Walker. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
And Walker uses every inch of his 6'1" frame to nail the interior shots, really using his body well.
Cauley-Stein kicks to Bogdanovich. Cauley-Stein a screen. Bogdanovich passes to Cauley-Stein. Shot clock at 6. Fires from 14. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. On defense, Sacramento. Outside, Walker. Kaminsky sets the pick for Walker. In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. No good on the triple.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
It's stolen by Kaminsky. Batum against Fox. It's stolen by Labissiere. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Bogdanovich. It's rebounded by Charlotte. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
But I like that they attacked those weaknesses. They made them pay for a lackluster effort.
For Sacramento, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Fox dishes to Bogdanovich. Pass to Labissiere. The shot from the low post is good.
Oh, and these close shots are the one Labissiere makes consistently, almost unblockable, given his height and length.
Outside, Batum. Up top, Hernangomez. Cauley Stein defending. 5 on the clock, and it's Walker penetrating, and the shot goes in.
You love how Walker just attacks the opening, feasting on any lane that D gives him.
To the middle, here's Labissiere, and Labissiere throws it down.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Kid Gilchrist against Bogdanovich. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
And shooters beware. Cauley Stein is very crafty at how he rises up for the block. So good at catching scores off guard with his wide reach.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
There's a good screen. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Well, one reason why Nick Batum is so valuable on the basketball floor is his ability to guard multiple positions. You hear that a lot with front court players, but Chris, he gives you that flexibility as a guard.
And his length is a big part of why he's able to do that. You always want a rangy guy you can put up on a shooter for the other team. Very often, Batum plays that role because of his ability to bother shots and check a multitude of players.
First one falls for him.
When you watch the Hornets play, it seems like they play with a chip on their shoulder. I mean that in a good way. They play like they have something to prove. They have a very self-driven team.
And so he hits both. Just as you said, win or lose, you know that this Hornet team is going to battle you for all 4 quarters. They don't give up.
Well, a lot of that camaraderie has developed on this roster because of that. They know they don't have superstars and big names, but it doesn't deter them. They know they have a small margin there.
Now, here's Walker, following the miss by Labissiere. Hernangomez kicks to Walker. Kaminsky in the corner. It's stolen by Hield. Here's Bogdanovich. Hernangomez grabs the miss.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And the basket by Kaminsky.
Well, when Batum, Kevin, spots a wide-open teammate, he zips the rock to him quickly. Just exceptional vision.
For Sacramento, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Fox passes to Bogdanovich. Launches it. He doesn't hit that one. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Kings. That one was played in Sacramento.
And really a resounding loss the last time they matched up. They got absolutely manhandled on the boards.
It was all the things we always talk about. I mean, blocking out, giving the extra effort, basic stuff that they were just unwilling to do. And they got killed for it.
Now, here's Batum. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Miami. Clock at 4. Here's Walker. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Got that bucket in no time at all. And it's 6 points for Buddy Hield.
I love seeing Hill shoot the 3-ball. He's a high percentage scorer from there, firing with ease.
Fox against Walker. Outside, Batum. Cauley Stein grabs the board.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
The putback. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Outside, Walker. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, the book on Kemba Walker used to be that you could stay behind the screens, not work that hard, duck behind them because he wasn't going to do anything special. Well, he's worked on that, and he's fixed it, and it's paid off. We've seen his field goal percentage fly up in recent years, and that also means his ankle breaker moves have come up because now you have to respect his jump shot, and his ball handles some of the best in the NBA.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
First free throw is good. And part of the jump for Kemba has been his shot. But it also, Chris, seems that he plays within himself, I think, a lot more now. He used to force the offense, but now is much more patient.
Well, yeah, he's done a great job in addressing the weaknesses he's had in this game. And he's a complete point guard. That's what a leader does for their team, and he is the leader of that locker room.
Good on both. Well, considering the Kings, Chris, and how they have fared in the draft, it is clear to see why they just haven't been able to find and field a top team in so long. They've struggled drafting.
Yeah, and they're just hoping that trend is reversed with this latest group. Fox, Jackson, Giles, they're a solid trio. Still, before this class, the only first-round pick of the Kings who is still with the team is Cauley Stein.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. Hield kicks to Bogdanovich. The feed to Randolph. He dishes it to Hield. Back to Randolph. The shot comes out, and Charlotte will go the other way with it. On the wing, Batum. Covered by Hield. Hernangomez passes to Walker. Back to Hernangomez. Passes it to Kaminsky. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And Fox gets it to go.
And how about the mid-range shooting of Fox? Definitely capable of sinking those shots with consistency.
Up top, Walker. Guarded by Fox. Rejected by Randolph. With the floater. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. And now running up the court, Kid Gilchrist pushing it up. The shot, no good. Good D by Bogdanovich. Sacramento's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. That one good for 2. Now it's a 4-point Sacramento lead.
Gets one to fall, but only his second make in the first 7 attempts.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first. And part of analyzing a game can be offering forth critique of players or officials or organizations. Chris, how do you find that balance of candor and yet not being too critical, being too harsh?
Great question. The way I try to have an honest balance is to remember how I felt when it happened to me.
Interesting.
When you're a player, if someone comes with hard, credible evidence, I mean, it's true. You can't take anything personal. But when guys are just criticizing the same jump shot that you made last play, I'm not that guy. So, you know, I try to keep a balance by being fair and honest, first of all, to the fans of that city and that state, and letting them know how great their team is, but also that maybe their team is playing lazy. Maybe look at this effort not out there by the floor. But also, in a blowout game, I also give the team that's losing by 30 just as much respect as I do the winning team, because those guys work just as hard. This is just a specific night they didn't play that well. So I just try to make every game as special as it is to me, from being a kid growing up to being able to play in the league, but then also just being fair. You know, benefit of the doubt first, but if you do 2 or 3 stupid things, then you're a stupid player that night. You know, just being honest, having fun. And I've gotten some calls from players, and I don't care. You know, I'm not hard to find. And I just try to have fun, be honest, and no hard feelings, man.
Here's Farrell following the basket by Malik Monk. And McLemore kicks to Randall. Good ball movement here by the Kings. The pass to Farrell. Lets it go with a 3. Sacramento with a fresh shot clock. Charlotte trailing. Parker left side. Williams hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Williams has got his first basket.
But it's all about a rhythm for a player like Williams. He's effective at shooting right off the pass.
There's McLemore, and fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts, and a chance for one more here.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Sacramento shooting their first free throw of the game right now. That free throw good from McLemore.
Well, if you watch the Hornets over the past few seasons, it's easy to see how disciplined they are. They don't turn the ball over on simple plays. They never get too ahead of themselves and give away possessions.
Now here's Williams. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. And with the Hornets, taking care of the ball really has become a bit of an identity for this team. It's something that is at the heart of what they do.
Well, with the roster they have, in order to compete with the top teams, they need to play smart. Limiting turnovers and making the most of possessions is critical in that.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good.
Well, Cody Zeller isn't looking to impress anyone with this play, but he is a solid contributor on the floor. I mean, he runs the floor well. He's very good around the rim. Great efficiency on the touches close in that he does get.
He makes one of two that time. And with Zeller, it is that efficiency with the ball that you really like about his game every season, Chris. He gets more and more comfortable helping carry the scoring load.
Well, Zeller does a good job of always having his hands ready and being in a position to score. He's great at finishing on those dump-off passes. He knows how to roll and finish strong.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Randolph kicks to Jackson. Randolph a screen. Back to Jackson. Shoots the three. Hornets with the rebound. Monk with the ball. A 14-point game for him in the win against Miami. Farrell for three. Rebound by Williams. Charlotte shooting to start this game off about 41% from the floor. They grab their own miss. There's the dish to Lamb. Feeds it to Williams. Parker outside. Williams kicks to Lamb. Dishes to Zeller. Over Randolph. And there's Zeller. And that's good on the assist from Lamb. And the Hornets lead by 2.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Farrell kicks to Jackson. Pass to Farrell. Takes the three. No good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Poked away. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Sacramento.
And one thing they can definitely improve on is their work from three-point range, especially from the corners. That's an area of the floor that has been a black hole for them this season. If they can start to get some points from the corners, it'll really open things up for them.
There's 1:38 left in the first quarter of the game.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off of a good pick, you want to get that when he gets the separation he needs. I know he would love to have that one back.
Zeller dishes to Monk. He feeds it to Williams. He kicks it to Lamb. Back to Williams. 6 to shoot. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Here's Farrell. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Shots good by McLemore.
That's the kind of player McLemore is. He is always thinking of shooting as soon as he gets the ball off the pass.
Pick by Zeller. Lands as a screen for Parker. Kicks to Monk. Williams for 3. Again, Williams missing. Williams has gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
It's tipped. And the Kings pushing it up now. Outside for Jackson. And that misses. That would have put him up. Here's Monk. Here's Williams. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
And they make sure to get the last shot of the quarter there. Nicely done.
Yeah, clock running out. They stay poised and get the shot off just in time.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Hornets ahead. They lead by 2. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And before the game, we heard from Kemba Walker. He talked about his mentality when he steps out onto the floor.
Play free. You know, just play like you're playing street ball. Just have fun. Just play the game that you've been playing, you know, forever.
Infectious enthusiasm. You see it every time he steps on the floor. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we've been watching from the Hornets.
And through that first period, for me, their work on the glass has been the difference.
Well, it means extra possessions, and that's certainly reflected in the score right now.
On the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. They've got Jackson. Farrell is out there with McLemore. Then it's Zach Randolph, and it's Bielitsa in at the power forward. They grab their own miss. Here's Farrell, covered by Lamb. There's the pick. Randolph a screen. They shoot again. Rebounded by Lamb.
The active defense making things very hard on him as he goes in for the layup.
Monk, the pass to Lamb. Sacramento grabs the miss. Randolph's got his 3rd rebound tonight. 11 feet away, and Jackson with the basket on the assist from McLemore. Jackson's got it all tied up now for Sacramento. Now Parker. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Monk. And again, the Hornets missing. The Kings have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And McLemore kicks to Jackson. Got a hand on it.
And registering one of the highest verticals at the NBA Combine, Zeller can send your shot back.
And here is Parker. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Nobody near Williams. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 3 assists tonight. Here's Farrell, covered by Parker. Randolph, a screen on Parker. Farrell kicks to Randolph. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Kings lead by 1. One thing that I think many players and certainly many other coaches, Chris, in the NBA love about Steve Clifford is his brutal honesty. He will pull no punches with you.
Yeah, reporters just can't throw cliche phrases at him during the press conferences or he'll dismantle him. The frankness he has with the media and players is one reason players like playing for him. Well, it's nice to have an option like him every time down the court.
The Kings have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Farrell passes to Jackson. They set the pick. Back to Farrell. Jackson, a screen on Parker. 3-pointer. Again, the miss by Jackson.
He finds a major hole in the D beyond the arc and still can't cash in on it.
Parker kicks to Monk. Pass to Williams. score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
He played a very solid first quarter. Now he's taking it up a notch here in the second.
Timeout is called, first of the game for Sacramento. And Marvin Williams, for a long while, had been viewed as a tweener. You know, a player who is stuck somewhere, Greg, between the small and power forward positions.
Yeah, and for a lot of players, that is plenty to get you minutes. I mean, Williams has improved on his defense here later in his career, and he shot more threes, and it's really become a weapon for him over the course of his career.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Now here's Hield, defended by Batum. Fox. Hornets with the rebound. I think Gomez has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Guys, with the Hornets' length and mobility at the 2 through 4 positions, the team switches a lot defensively. Coach Steve Clifford said, you have to deal with mismatches at times, but it makes defense simpler. With those guys, they're all big enough, strong enough, and competitive enough that they're going to battle. Kevin?
And having that kind of versatility on defense is huge. D.A., thank you so much. Free throw good, Bogdanovich. Chris, I know that when you go through a season, there are certain matchups that you love and certain ones that you don't. When you were playing, which other power forwards did you just dread, just did not like going up against?
Well, Kevin, I would kind of change that and say dread to me was love, meaning that I dreaded and I loved to go up against Tim Duncan because you knew you had to be prepared that night. I loved and I dreaded going up against KG. You know, I played in the era where in 1 week I could have played against Shaq, Rasheed Wallace, Dirk Nowitzki, Tim Duncan, Hakeem Olajuwon. This is all on the West Coast, so for me, you know, I dreaded the Western Conference, but what's so good about it is that you just have to be prepared, and you can't dread the NBA. It's like you grew up wanting to play against the best players in life, and so I really love the fact that I had to be my best every night, or you're going to get embarrassed in the league. So it was every power forward.
Never an off night, was there, Chris?
Never an off night, and you know, so I can't say I dreaded Karl Malone over Barkley or Olajuwon over David Robinson or Tim Duncan over KG. It's just like, hey man, you got to put your big boy pants on, get ready, and go to work, baby. Put your hard hat on.
Sacramento with the ball. After the basket by Charlotte. Coley Stein, a screen. Bogdanovich, no luck.
Their stroke has not been what they needed it to be, but looks like they're going to keep going to him.
And Batum kicks to Kaminsky. Ready by Bogdanovich.
Hey, look, that's what they want. The ball is in his hands in the post. Just didn't have the touch that time.
Here's Hield. That shot, no good. Great D that time from Batum. Here's Kid Gilchrist. An easy 2 points on the layup. Now it's a 5-point Hornets lead.
The defense was there, but MKG just too much for him.
Labissiere, the screen. Labissiere with the screen for Bogdanovich. And too long on the shot.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Well, not all defenses are constructed to protect the mid-range area. Nicely done that time.
Now the feed to Fox. Labissiere in the high post. Fox kicks to Labissiere. Coley Stein, a screen. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
I think you'll probably see more arguments on those illegal screen calls than just about any other play. Maybe the charge call, but guys never think they were moving.
Zach Randolph is checked in for Sacramento. Now here's Walker. Passes it to Hernan Gomez. And it's Kaminsky, top of the key. Over Labissiere. And he can't bank that one in. Now here's Hield, defended by Batum. Hield kicks to Randolph. Back to Hield. Randolph, a screen on Batum. Hield can't hit.
The D pretty much taking that possession off, but the shot's off target with nobody near.
Walker the pass to Hernan Gomez. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Hernan Gomez. Knocks down the 3 ball. Hernan Gomez has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And there's the pass to Randolph. He dishes it to Labissiere. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Not many defenders can stop Labissiere when he's near the bucket. I mean, he's so good at using his length to get these shots off.
Walker the pass to Kaminsky. Kid Gilchrist against Bogdanovich. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Kaminsky. Just 5 on the clock. And another 3 for Charlotte.
Well, they're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from 3-point range.
Feeds to Labissiere. Over Kaminsky. Labissiere, no good.
He may have missed it, but that's a clean look at the basket.
Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. And now we go to our rookie leaderboard to get a check on the players at the top of the freshman class in assists over the last 10 games. De'Aaron Fox is second.
And the assist numbers the past few weeks have shown how well he's fitting in chemistry-wise for this team. And the Kings, for so long, had not been active in free agency. You have to like the move this organization has made to bring in some vets in the offseason. Randolph and Hill bring a lot of experience and leadership to the locker room.
Hornets leading by 9. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And now Sacramento on the break. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist. Kid Gilchrist has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
And Fox gets it to go.
And you have to have respect for his speed in transition. Fox is a high-octane player who explodes in the open floor.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. And Greg, the Kings wanted to have veteran leaders, and that's what they've got right now.
And the Kings are in a rebuild mode, and you need vets to lead that process. Show the youngsters the right way to do things, and I think the Kings have started to make some very savvy moves here as they begin this rebuild.
Here's Fox. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Fox kicks to Randolph. No one near him. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
More than comfortable operating from mid-range. Easy money for Randolph.
And Batum kicks to Kaminsky. Charlotte moving the ball around. Here's Walker. It's hauled in by the Kings.
I think a kick out is the better option there. Defense had the rim on lockdown.
Kid Gilchrist with the steal. And now the fast break. Kaminsky with the ball. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Kaminsky's got the lead up to 9 now for the Hornets.
Most effective when he gets his feet set. Kaminsky can be lethal on the catch and shoot.
Picked by Randolph. Fox with it. He's picked up by Walker. Fox against Walker. Randolph passes to Labissiere. And that one drops. Labissiere's got 4 this quarter. Charlotte calls timeout.
They call it old school. That's what it is when you watch Zach Randolph play the game of basketball. He's got such great skill and touch around the basket. We call it the old man game. And I tell you what, he gets it done every night.
You know, as you've said, Greg, all the time, Zach Randolph can roll out of bed and get you 20.
I mean, he's just a natural scorer. He can post up, he can face up, and he just stays with it. An excellent offensive rebounder. This guy just has that nuance to his game that's made him so effective.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. A big group substitution here for Sacramento. Bielitsa, he checks in for Skal Labissiere. Jackson comes in for Bogdanovich. McLemore's checked in for Hield. And Yogi Ferrell subbed in for Fox. Here's Farrell following the score by Charlotte. Now the dish to Jackson. Pass to McLemore. Outside Jackson. Picked by Randolph. Off the screen. Farrell can't hit.
Hate to say it, he's dragging them down. Not a single bucket this game.
Oh, and the jam by Lamb.
A smooth first step, good ball handling. Lamb toasts the defense on the drive.
The Kings trail by 11. 52 seconds left now here in the second. Farrell kicks to Jackson to the inside. Nice shot by Randolph. Randolph's got 6 points.
Well, after not making anything from the field in the first, I mean, he has really elevated his game this second quarter.
Picked by Zeller. Parker right side. In the corner, it's Monk. It's up a 3. Got a piece of it. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. McLemore, no good.
A big mistake by the D, and they got away with it.
Lamb dishes to Williams. That's tipped. Now here's McLemore. 11 points for him in that last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
Don't forget, he also racked up 3 steals. He showed terrific anticipation and heart on the defensive end.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Dave Yeager. Coach, what is going to be the focus offensively going into the second half?
Well, we try to go inside. You know, that's our strength anyways. And for us, you know, our bread is buttered inside, so we try to play high-low. And then if the threes come out of that, great, but we want to try to get everything to the rim.
Coach, it all starts with that entry pass to the big, and then everybody plays off of him. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. In the second quarter, they made it look easy. They played well at both ends of the court, and suddenly they're sitting on a 9-point lead here at halftime. Shaq, your thoughts on the Hornets?
I like their commitment to that inside game, boy. Get it inside to the post. Got to be scoring in the post, splashing to the basket, just shooting a high percentage shot. No jumpers, no threes. They're being a more aggressive team, the more physical team. They're definitely going to win this game, Ernie.
And over to Kenny now. Your take on the Kings.
They need to break it down. And I look at the individual areas that they're struggling. Like they're getting pounded. I mean pounded, Ernie, on the boards. That's a hustle stat.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
Welcome back to Charlotte, the Duke Energy Center, the building in the foreground there. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. We've seen Kemba Walker really having a great game.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, and then it wasn't all dunks. I mean, they were squaring up with confidence, and that became contagious.
Charlotte leading by 9. The forwards are Kid Gilchrist and Kaminsky. Walker and Batum teaming up in the backcourt. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the center position. So that's the group out there for Charlotte.
Just amazing work from Walker. Really zipping the rock fast to the wide open man.
Fox passes to Bielitsa. And that one is off. And Charlotte will come the other way.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Now, strength was one of the biggest concerns about Kaminsky coming out of college. But he takes the hit there and still muscles in the shot.
Here's Fox. Frank Kaminsky making his last shot. There's the pick. Bogdanovich against Kid Gilchrist. A floater. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. And Chris, when you played, you were known as a guy at your size who could rip and run, take it coast to coast. You look around the league now, who are some of the best big men ball handlers?
Oh, you love it. If you get that board, you got to be able to take it, speed up the offense. We've seen Draymond just have a field day doing it with all the players on his team that could knock it down and score. Blake Griffin, Anthony Davis. We've even seen Paul Millsap and Julius Randle do it a little bit. So I love the fact that if you can get that board and push it, it makes it easier because you don't have to look for the outlet. You can actually find that point guard, that two guard in transition, and let them score, and you be the facilitator.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Bielitsa. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And the Hornets team that while they have added rotation players via the draft, they haven't been able to draft a star to build around yet.
No, well, and with the Hornets, their best pick has been Kemba Walker back in 2011. I mean, they've traded away a lot of their picks right after making them. However, that might change as they lucked out with Monk falling to them.
Now Hield, following the miss by Frank Kaminsky from deep. Outside, Batum. It's rebounded by Labissiere. The Kings trail by 11. Pushing it up. Here's Bogdanovich. Buries the jumper to finish the break. Bogdanovich has got 4 points in the quarter. The Hornets have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Batum with the ball. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Now, here is Hernan Gomez. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Hernan Gomez. Shot clock at 3. Here's Walker. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Labissiere's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Charlotte no good that time either.
Well, he gets some extra attention from the D on that trip, and he throws a shot off.
Baseline J on the way. Bogdanovich, no luck. Charlotte leading by 9. And Batum kicks to Walker. Shoots over Fox. The offensive rebound. Shot's good by Hernan Gomez.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Stolen by Walker. Tipped away. And so the ball is out of bounds. Bogdanovich touched it last.
And with the break here, let's look at the stats for Cauley-Stein. 12th in blocks. 13th in field goal percentage. And he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And trying to muscle up shots against him is tough. His body type makes it supremely difficult. Just a dominant rim protector all season. Here's Fox. It's good. Fox has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Yeah, Fox is a dependable defender, always active, and he's really smart in terms of his anticipation and using those hands to come up with steals.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Here's Hernan Gomez. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Good on the shot, and with that, the Charlotte lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Hield.
I like how Hield gets solid positioning inside. A terrific score close to the basket.
Walker the pass to Hernan Gomez. They set the pick. Outside, Batum. And Walker kicks to Hernan Gomez. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein. Now here's Hield. Defense is right there. Now Fox. He's got 6. Dishes to Labissiere. 4 on the clock. Over Kaminsky. Hits the front of the rim and out. Charlotte leading by 7. And Batum kicks to Walker. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
You can't shake Walker. He's just a master at cashing in on these and one opportunities.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And that 82% free throw percentage this season must have him feeling pretty good about himself at the line.
Well, one thing that Dave Yeager has provided in Sacramento, Chris, is a connection to the core members of the team.
Yeah, and having your star player believe in Coach Yeager and vice versa makes life a lot easier for this team. You can't get very far with infighting between coaches and players. That's something the Kings have battled even before Yeager's tenure.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, I think the first thing they need to talk about are the rotations. There's a lot of miscommunication out there.
And as always, the mid part of the NBA season, quite a grueling part of the schedule. Right now, let's check out how the standings are shaping up in the East. We'll look at Cleveland, and not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in that #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And, of course, Charlotte, 8.5 games behind them.
And checking out Charlotte, hanging where they are, right in the middle of the standings, will not make things easy for them down the stretch.
Man, they have to find a way to get better and not just be a mid-level team. Whether they get things together and accomplish this remains to be seen.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Chris, you had some amazing years with the Kings. Thinking back on it, what was one of your favorite moments in this jersey?
Wow, clinching the West in 2002. Really thought that was going to be our year. Having my jersey retired by the team was pretty special as well. And, you know, just the fans, you know, when you getting buckets in front of those fans, it's nothing like it. And so just the memories I have being part of the community of Sacramento.
And he makes the first.
And Labissiere screams potential, a gigantic player who plays both ends of the floor well.
And so he hits both. And with sponsors coming to NBA jerseys this season, Hornets fans have to be pleased with their initial sponsor. Makes perfect sense when an owner also owns a shoe brand.
Well, yeah, and Brand Jordan as the owner sponsor just made too much sense. You like how seamless and unobtrusive it's been. If you have to have a jersey sponsor, you can do a lot worse than the Hornets.
And as great as Nicholas Batum is, the one issue he's dealt with, Greg, his entire career is staying consistent during games.
And with his skill set, it is hard for Batum to be completely absent. He can play, though, too passively at times when you know what he's capable of. And he's at his best when he is active and aggressive.
Free throw good, Nicholas Batum.
Well, so far, if you look at the totality, Batum has put together a very impressive career. He's had a great stroke from outside in addition to his outstanding defense.
Both free throws good from Batum. And you look at this Kings roster, and, Greg, you can see the youth movement is in full effect.
Yeah, and Buddy Hield headlines the group as he comes over in that Cousins trade. Skal Labissiere and Willie Cauley-Stein, also a big part of this team's future. And then getting Fox as a rookie to kind of run the ship, another great building block.
And that'll be Charlotte as it goes out of bounds. Hornets retain possession. And so here's Charlotte. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
Just phenomenal timing on the block. Labissiere leaping up for the forceful rejection.
Again, the miss by the Kings. Hornets leading by 10. Here's Walker. He's got 14. Outside, Batum. Overhealed. Pocket 6. Batum, good. Batum's got 8 points.
Well, in addition to Batum's solid perimeter shooting, he is also very efficient from the mid-range, dropping in these shots consistently.
Fox kicks to Labissiere. He feeds it to Fox. The shot. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Fox has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, he's doing his best to get them back into this game. He's been money from the field.
Walker the pass to Hernan Gomez. And some changes here for the Hornets. Zeller, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Williams comes in for Kaminsky. And Parker subbed in for Kemba Walker. Sacramento also making some changes. Jackson, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. McLemore has come in for Buddy Hield. And Farrell subbed in for Fox. There's the screen. Picked by Zeller. 5 on the clock. Here's Parker. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And Tony Parker in the 2017 season with the lowest minutes per game average in his career. He was playing so well in the playoffs. I mean, historically well. Then, Greg, as we know, the quad injury in the playoffs.
Yeah, and it's pretty clear that that 15-year run he's had as a starter, that window is rapidly closing, but still effective, just no longer the focal point that he once was.
And the first one drops.
And Tony Parker in his prime, one of the best slashing point guards this league has ever seen. Just an outstanding finisher amidst the tall players. And one season, how about he almost led the league in points in the paint, a surefire Hall of Famer.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Lamb, he's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And Monks subbed in for Nicholas Batum. And a bit of a down year for Tony Parker in 2017. His lowest three-point percentage in 5 years. Lowest free throw percentage in 9.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to see him hitting threes at a higher clip. The previous couple seasons, he shot it up over 40%. And a great way, I think, to boost his offense, even though he has slowed down a bit.
With range to go well beyond the three-point line, Lamb can force the defense to extend further out.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. The NBA coaching ranks always looked at and scrutinized. Only 30 great jobs out there in the league, and yet they're on the firing line, it seems like, every season. Chris, what enables head coaches, in your opinion, to be successful? And has that changed over the years?
Well, I think what allows you to be successful, first of all, what is your acumen for the game? Can you communicate? Can you inspire players? Are you a humble guy? And, you know, I think those are the main things that you have to, you know, have as a coach. But, look, players get traded all the time. Everybody's under pressure. So, you know, just got to do your best and keep it moving.
And here's McLemore following Jeremy Lamb's three. Farrell for three. Connects from three-point range.
And the recognition of McLemore, a team-oriented player who is always looking to dish the rock.
Now, here's Parker. Tight defense on him. Screened by Parker. And here is Zeller. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Here's Monk. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and two shots coming up.
And maybe not as highly touted as some other guards that went before him, but Malik Monk can be scary on the floor. He can get hot like no other, and once he's dialed in, the points just seem to flow.
Shooting two, gentlemen.
And that one misses. And Greg, as you said, Monk has that ability to take over with his shooting.
I mean, Monk looks to get going with his scoring at all times, and he's just got that shooter's mentality where all shots are good shots. That can be a positive and a negative, but I prefer he have that aggressive mentality when it comes to scoring the basketball.
And the second free throw, good.
And Monk is an interesting player, a combo guard with fantastic scoring potential, quick on both ends of the floor.
Now here's Cauley-Stein. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. He gets that one.
Now, those passes into the paint have to be precise, just like that one.
Parker outside. Lamb up top. And two free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Zach Randolph.
Now, that's a good athlete. With nice fluidity and quickness, Lamb can draw fouls when he's pushing the action.
It's his first trip to the line.
Two.
First one falls for him.
And the key piece in one of the biggest NBA trades over the past few years. Lamb was sent by the Rockets to the Thunder in exchange for James Harden. That was a major trade.
And the Kings making a change here. Bielitsa's checked in. And Lamb drops them both. Here's Farrell. Parker with the steal. Inside, here's Lamb. The layup missed.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
To the paint, it's Bielitsa, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and two shots coming up. And we take a look here at the shot chart for Charlotte.
And as this chart shows, things just aren't falling for him like they usually do. He isn't ice cold, but nothing is falling his way, and he's become an inefficient source of points for his team.
Now, gentlemen, two shots. Roof shots.
The first free throw is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Now here's Parker. Williams dishes to Lamb from 12 feet out. He kicks to Monk. Tries again. That's tipped. Here's Farrell. Cauley-Stein a screen. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Now looking now at the numbers for Williams. Some impressive play from him over the last month. He's averaging 10 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
Well, yeah, lately he's been overachieving a little bit. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things to come.
Now here's Zeller. Screened by Parker. 6 to shoot. Monk kicks to Zeller. And the dunk by Zeller.
He has great body control for a big man. Zeller takes the hit, but keeps on finishing.
Sacramento with the ball. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando, and they'll take on the Magic. And that will be game 3 of 6 played away from home. Jackson kicks to Cauley-Stein. Over Zeller. Rebound by Williams. Charlotte leading by 13. Kicks it to Lamb. Parker outside.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
shooting 2, gentlemen.
The free throw drops for Monk. And good on the second, so he makes them both. The Kings trail by 15. Farrell kicks to Cauley-Stein. Now here's Jackson. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. Bielitsa drills it from outside. Bielitsa's got 5 points now in the quarter. Charlotte leading by 12. Parker outside. Pass to Monk. Williams has a screen for Monk. And there's the feed to Williams. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's McLemore. Keeps it alive. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Bielitsa's got 9.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Now here's Zeller. He's got 5.
One of the more positive attributes of Zeller, the explosiveness to play above the rim on a regular basis.
The Kings trail by 12. There's a minute left in the third. To the middle, here's Cauley-Stein. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Parker outside. Pass to Monk. 6 on the shot clock. Over in the corner, Lamb. Here's Zeller. Parker, with no one around, hits it from three-point range. He has 5.
And as soon as Parker catches the ball, he immediately rises up and pulls the trigger. Love to see the confidence on display there.
Here's Farrell. Bielitsa passes to Farrell. Over to the left wing. Now here's McLemore outside. And another 3 for Sacramento.
And that three-point shot from McLemore is just cash. Don't let this guy get free from the perimeter.
Monk kicks to Parker. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Hornets lead by 10. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. And now let's hear what head coach Dave Yeager was reviewing with his team.
Stay aggressive, keep them moving. Don't let them stand and get set up and scheme up.
And that's Dave Yeager laying out the key points for his team over this next stretch.
Yeah, I mean, he really wants the ball and his guys to remain in constant motion. Keep the defense on defense.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. 2K Sports, happy to have you with us. On the court for Sacramento, they've got McLemore. Cauley-Stein is out there with Bielitsa. Then there's Jackson, and it's Farrell in at the 1 spot.
Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
Oh, it's like he's a magnet to the ball. No matter where he goes, it finds him.
Here's Farrell. And the pass to McLemore. The 3. Farrell can't hit. Charlotte leading by 10. And a wide open look for Lamb. From outside, off the mark.
Oh, this has not been his best effort. He's lucky his teammates have been there to bail him out.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Oh, and McLemore is a total genius when it comes to tricking the D. So good at how he goes up into the contact on his shot.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
The former Jayhawk McLemore, a gifted scorer who can really light it up in a hurry.
Sacramento making some changes. Labissiere's checked in for Bielitsa. Buddy Hield comes in for Jackson. And it's Fox in for Farrell. And he can't hit the second.
Well, Kaminsky, one of the rare four-year players taken in the lottery. I mean, he's had some struggles finding his offense in NBA consistency. He needs to get a little bit stronger and a little bit more consistent in the shot.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, look, when you're giving up that type of height, you use your quickness. It's just that simple. And it's also a matter of skill.
Now here's Cauley Stein. Fox, no good.
You can't be missing shots like that in the post. That'll get you a spot on the bench.
Here's Hernan Gomez. Fox against Walker. He dishes it to Batum. Hernan Gomez kicks to Walker. Charlotte needs to get a shot. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one is on Hield.
And when you look at Kid Gilchrist, and he is certainly known for his ability to defend and attack the rim. He's a terrific athlete, and he uses that athleticism on both sides of the floor, and just the prototype when you look at that hybrid forward position.
2.
First one falls for him. And you look at the size and game of Kid Gilchrist, he is the opposite of what most GMs look for in that 3 spot. But Greg, he makes it work.
Yeah, I mean, most teams want a tall 3 that can stretch the floor. Kid Gilchrist isn't that, but still gets playing time because he's effective when on the floor. If you play defense like he does, you're going to find a way to get on the floor.
And both free throws good for Nicholas Batum. The Kings trail by 13. Cauley Stein a screen. Hield kicks to Cauley Stein. Feeds to Bogdanovich. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Two shots.
The first one falls. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Hornets leading by 12. Outside, Walker. Kaminsky kicks to Batum. And the dunk by Batum.
And really, Batum is so adept at draining these shots off the drive, using his speed and athletic frame to easily coast to the rim.
And for Sacramento, they're shooting 39% from the floor. Not their best. Fox dishes to Hield. Labissiere, the screen. Bogdanovich passes to Cauley Stein. And the layup's good off the glass.
That was all about the assist. Great pass to set up the shot.
For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And Walker kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Knocked loose. Out of bounds. Sacramento takes possession. Zach Randolph's checked in for Sacramento. The Kings trail by 12. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. We've seen Kemba Walker really having a great game.
This is a critical timeout for them. They've got to come up with a plan to slow him down right here and right now.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Well, I got a chance to listen to Dave Yeager's huddle with his team. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
Here's Kid Gilchrist, and Kid Gilchrist throws it down.
You love how Kid Gilchrist charges in, not going to be denied on the slam off the drive.
Fox kicks to Labissiere. The dish to Fox. Walker with some nice D.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Stolen by Randolph. Here's Bogdanovich. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in for him. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Walker with it. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Over Randolph. Hernan Gomez, no good.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
And sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
Now, here's Fox. Kings moving the ball around. Dishes it to Heel. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Here's Kid Gilchrist. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the foul called on the Sacramento Kings.
Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, a player that isn't known for his offense but makes up for it on D. Fantastic defender who can completely disrupt an assignment in a number of ways. Very quick and can stick to someone like glue.
Shooting two, gentlemen.
Free throw good, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And with Kidd-Gilchrist, his defense is definitely his most important asset. Really, until his offense comes along, Chris, it's how he'll make his biggest impact on a team.
Well, that's perfectly fine for a player like MKG. He gives you defense and great rebounding on the wing, Kevin. He's active on both ends of the floor, and he brings the energy when he's in.
And Kidd-Gilchrist drops them both.
And the potential that Kidd-Gilchrist has is exciting. A rangy defender who is finding his offense slowly but surely.
Fox dishes to Heel. Randolph a screen on Batum. Charity stripe shot. Tries again. It's deflected. Now Walker. Here's the screen. That's in, and he's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Hey, when Walker has the hot hand, keep getting him the ball. He fills up the stat sheet quickly.
Fox kicks to Randolph. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And Zach Randolph, no good on that one.
And what a tremendous career for Zach Randolph. He hit some bumps early on, but he's played with tremendous consistency throughout his time in the league.
The Kings trail by 14. And here is Hield. Labissiere kicks to Fox. Labissiere with the screen for Fox. The floater. He lays it in.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Charlotte leading by 12. Here's Walker. They set the pick. Pass to Hernangomez. Outside, Batum. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to go on Scalabrine.
And the amazing pump fake from Batum. The D falls for it every time.
Two.
That free throw, no good. The Kings making a switch here. Cauley Stein's checked in, and he sinks the second. And Sacramento has possession. Fox passes to Bogdanovich. He feeds it to Heel. Fires from deep. Sacramento gets it back. Back to Bogdanovich. No one near Labissiere as he lets it go. And the shot falls short this time. Walker against Fox. Walker dishes to Batum. Here's the screen. And it's Walker that time on the assist from Batum. Walker's got 9 points now in just the second half. The Kings trail by 15. Now, here's Fox. He kicks it to Bogdanovich. The three-pointer, no good. Here's Batum. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And the athleticism and fearlessness of Batum inside is exceptional. Really testing the defense deep in the paint.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And that one falls for Batum. And both free throws good for Nicholas Batum. The Kings trail by 17. Inside, shot left block. Oh, offensive interference. For Charlotte, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Kaminsky sets the pick for Walker. Sacramento grabs the miss. Bogdanovich has got 4 rebounds in this game. Shot by Heel, nobody around, kept alive. Cauley Stein. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Oh, man, the relentless pursuit of the basketball by Cauley Stein. Just a tremendous hustler on the offensive glass.
And Walker kicks to Kid Gilchrist. The feed to Kaminsky. Charlotte moving the ball around. Batum attacking. That's a 2-pointer from Walker. Again, the miss by Walker. The Kings trail by 15. Bogdanovich wide open. Hornets with the rebound. Hernangomez has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. That one falls.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now, here's Fox. Kicks it to Heel. Labissiere, the pass to Hield, drills the three-pointer.
And Hield is ready to shoot as soon as he gets the pass. The D can't afford to play off of him.
Hornets leading by 14. Outside, Walker. It's Kidd-Gilchrist on the wing. Shot clock reset for Charlotte. Outside for Batum. Bangs home the trifecta. Batum's got 14 points here in the second half.
And they've gotten very aggressive on the offensive glass here in the second half, getting a lot of second chance points.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Cauley-Stein. Bogdanovich against Kidd-Gilchrist. Just 4 to shoot. Steps back and fires. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Bogdanovich has got 5 points in the quarter. The Hornets have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Hernan Gomez kicks to Batum. Passes to Kaminsky. It's stolen by Labissiere. Out of bounds, Kings ball as Sacramento keeps possession. The Kings trail by 15. Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, this is the dilemma as a coach. You wonder, do I need to call a timeout here? Do I need to settle these guys down? Should I let them play through it?
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kemba Walker.
It's a take-charge brand of basketball he's been playing tonight. His point total tells you all you need to know about just how good he's been. And once he got going, their game plan really became simple. Just get him the ball.
A really solid performance here in front of the home crowd. He may not be the star of this team, but nights like this are what make him a fan favorite. They get a hand on it, and that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Fox with it. The pass to Hield. Cauley-Stein with a screen on Batum. Three-pointer, Hield. Hornets with the rebound.
I'm sure the D has no issue whatsoever with him taking those threes, but he isn't hitting anything from out there.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Now, here's Fox. He dishes it to Bogdanovich. Shoots it up. Off the left rim and out.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
And sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
And Walker kicks to Kidd-Gilchrist. Feeds to Walker. There's a screen. Batum with the three. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got 4 assists now tonight. The Kings trail by 20. The dish now to Fox. Pass to Bogdanovich. Labissiere, the screen. There's the feed to Cauley-Stein. Hield, the pass to Fox. Just 5 to shoot. Hits the front of the rim and out. Hornets leading by 20.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Hornets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Walker.
Well, he was the agitator, bothering everybody with his defense, coming up with steals. I mean, making sure they were never able to get comfortable as long as he was out on the floor.
And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. Williams for 3. Sacramento grabs the miss. McLemore dishes to Jackson. Pass to Farrell. Good ball movement here by the Kings. From deep, McLemore. Outside for Jackson. Dishes it to McLemore. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.